Well, you said we asked for it.
Yeah.
We did. But I don't want you to give away, but what happened to you? Did you ask for that?
I mean, we all learned something, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just didn't even know what the hell that was. But at least with mine, obviously I'm not going to give away, but you know what I mean, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah. We'll leave it there. Don't want to give away too much. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Plan Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
Eric.
Jose.
And yeah, we're back with another episode, and low-key it feels like it's been kind of a while since we've been back on the camera and using the regular mic and everything, because last episode we were using the mini mics.
Right? Yeah. Ceremonic, shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Hopefully we get sponsored. Yeah, what?
Yeah, man.
Made a little bit of a change.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're back at it.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen on other podcasts, it seems like everybody's been using like those type of mics, like the mini mics, more than the regular ones.
Yeah,
it's a good change of pace. You know what I mean? So
I mean, for the most part, we're going for like interviews this time. Which, if you guys haven't checked out our latest video, it's a little special video that we made out over at what was it?
It was called
Con Al Delete.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Con Al Delete.
A lot of cool people. Out
Very interesting people too that we interviewed.
Yeah, definitely gotta check it out.
Yeah, when it gets uploaded, definitely check it out. Very excited about that one.
Exactly.
But before we really dive in, first off, I know I already told you guys a bunch of times, but definitely want to tell to the viewers. Know it's kind of late when you guys see it, but Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hopefully everybody had a great Christmas and brought in the new year on the right way. All the negativity or anything else that you guys had going on, hopefully you guys left that last year. So moving forward into this year, but
and hopefully as you accomplish all your goals, everybody. So
yeah. But since we're talking about Christmas and everything, I know it already went by. I know everybody pretty much got like a gift or something or in some way, but just speaking about Christmas, like I know like we're all older now, and from what you guys have told me about like your experiences with Christmas, like you guys like you guys celebrate it, but you guys don't celebrate it like as much as sort of like another day to you guys in a way. But I just wanted to ask you guys, like, has like your perspective over the years changed for Christmas?
Christmas, the holiday, like Christmas in general, like the holiday. Yeah, I definitely think so, because like it's been more about just, I mean, for the most part, when you're a kid, you're starting to just think about like, oh, I just want a gift, I want a present. But now you're starting to like, oh, it's a family gathering, you know. So it's not about giving, it's not about getting, it's about giving, you know.
Right.
I don't know about you guys, but
well, I mean, for me, I mean, it kind of did change, and it's funny because I didn't even work. I wasn't even there for Christmas Day and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because I had to work, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was only there for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah,
for,
so
Christmas,
I mean,
the next day.
But I see what you mean though, because it's like even though like I got out super late, you know, my family was still there, and I mean, it was definitely just something to, you know, be around the family as well too, because it's just like a one time. Well, then again, Thanksgiving as well too, but it's just like a time for like everybody to be united as one, as a family. It's just, I mean, especially if you have a big, humongous family where they all come over and they just want to give gifts. And I agree with Eric's point too, because it's like when I was a kid, I've always been like, oh, Christmas is my favorite holiday. I'm gonna get a gift, but you know, now that you're older, you're just like, man, you know, like now I'm not the one receiving gifts, now I'm giving gifts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it makes you, I mean, in my opinion, it makes me feel better that I'm doing that, because, I mean, especially for Christmas, I mean, I bought, for my younger brother, I bought him a Switch for his birthday, which was in August, and I got him 2 games. He was so happy about that. And then for my younger sister, she's so obsessed with Hello Kitty. I got her, like, this one, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this certain type of, like, Hello Kitty, like, playable game, where it's like, I really don't know what it's called, but it's like, there's like these buttons you have to press and they light up, and you have to press them at a certain time, and you press a button and then resets, and it's kind of like a puzzle game. So she plays that all the time. And then with my other sister, funny enough, it's like now that she's living the adult life, you know, she was just more like, okay, like for Christmas, I just need you, can you pay for my oil change? And I'm like, really? That's all you need? She's like, yeah.
All you want is just the responsibilities taken care of.
Yeah, so that's
honestly,
and see, that's what I was gonna ask too. It's like, man, like when she said that, I thought about that. I'm like, huh, that could be a good Christmas gift for someone like our age. Just be like, hey, like, he's like, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm just like, just pay my car insurance.
I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Give me some new tires.
Hey, there you go. That's
Yeah.
another one.
Dude.
But speaking of Christmas gifts, I really like your Christmas gift, Jeremy. That really
That one touched our hearts.
that really made me tear up. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, I should bring it out. I have it in.
Yeah.
Should I bring it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bring it up, yeah, bring it up. So yeah, I mean that was a really good Christmas gift, and I mean I know both of you two liked my Christmas gift. I know Eric was even like saying like how much was it, and
Yeah.
I mean it was like 40. Well, his was actually 50 because I had to get a recall on it.
Yeah.
So
Well, you still have to pay.
what was that?
You still have to pay.
So what happened? Oh, there we go.
Ain't that something nice? Look at that guy.
it just
Dude,
falls and
those
breaks. But yeah, good.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Best memories.
I'm not gonna lie. That was like a really like one of like my best memories ever.
For those that do not know, we went to LA for the first time, all three of us alone, with for the first time, just us boys, no one else, just kind of chilling, exploring a new town that we've never. Well, that some of us have never been to.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
really good time, and I mean I'll never forget that moment. I mean I remember I was so happy I wanted to go to the Hollywood sign, and I remember we were gonna give up because we were like 3 hours in.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. We were hiking for quite a bit, and we weren't even close to the Hollywood sign by that.
Yeah, and then like what was it? We went off trail, and then we like what was it? Like we were like, oh man, like where's the trail? And then like we were literally about to give up, and I was so sad about that because I was like, man, I really wanted to be at the sign, but then Jeremy noticed that there was like two people like further down, and we were like, no, this is like off trail. But then they were like, hey, like is this the trail? And then you were like, you know what? I think this is the trail, but it was such a dangerous area though.
Yeah, because Google Maps told us that it was. It literally just showed us into like the map that was the path towards the Hollywood sign, but it just took us to the side of the hill.
Yeah.
The side of the damn mountain.
I mean, I still have. I mean, well, not anymore, but like I remember I had like a scar right or like a cut right over here because I remember like I was first, and then I think Jeremy was. I think what was it? It was me, and then the two people that we saw, and then Jeremy and Eric last. And I remember I'm going like this, and there was like areas where there was like thorns and stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck. So, but it was definitely like one for the books, and then
you never know, man. They make those off trails for a reason. It's like population control.
Well, here's the thing too. What made me kind of scared about that little area. Do you guys remember how we would see signs where it says, "Oh, warning, rattlesnakes"?
Oh yeah.
So that's what I was like worried about because we couldn't see anything.
Here.
Yeah, because we couldn't see anything, and I'm like, oh crap, a freaking rattlesnake is gonna be. But see, the one thing that still makes me laugh when we did that. I don't know if you guys remember where we had to go on that one up, like not like cliff, but like some like area where you kind of have to like be holding on, and then you would see people like they could see us.
Yeah.
So when we were done with the Hollywood hike, as we were going back, we went down and we saw where we were, and underneath it there's a sign that says, "Oh, warning! If you go off trail, you will be arrested on sight." And I'm like, wow, okay, there's a sign, and we're just up there. So.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying though. Wow, we got really off track on that. But no, back to what I was saying though. Like with the Christmas stuff, like obviously I really like your gift, and I mean I know the both of you two like my gift, even though his came broken. But to answer your question though, I did have to pay more because but I mean it's fine, it's whatever. It was only $10. But his actually was broken, and I tried to get a new one, but unfortunately they got recalled. So. They said I can either get another one and they can give me store credit on that, or I'm just not going to get my money at all because it's a recall.
Right.
So I was just like, you know what? He needs it. I'll just do it. So even though like it was only like $40, but to me, honestly, it's nothing. Especially when it comes to like a gift like that. You know what I mean? And I know you guys would have done the same thing too. So.
Yeah. No, it was still a good gift. I like your gift as well. That's definitely going to come in handy. I'm actually using it.
Oh yeah.
Nice, now as we speak.
What did you get?
I got him a professional clipboard.
Professional clipboard.
Okay.
Yeah. Professional clipboard.
Yeah, he got me a mug. So.
Mug? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was like the what is it, the Blue Lives Matter flag? So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Definitely got to represent. Yeah. But when it comes to me and like my perspective of Christmas, I think it has changed for me, but I think it's like more of like the roles are flipped now, like because I think it's more involves like if you got like nieces and nephews, little brothers and sisters, like it's more for me like just seeing the joy on their face. Because like Jose was right, like instead of you receiving gifts, like even though I did receive gifts on Christmas, it was more I didn't really. Like, I loved them, but I didn't really, like, that wasn't my focus. It was more on my niece and nephews, like, seeing their face.
Yeah, you get to a point where you're not really expecting gifts anymore. You're just kind of like, all right, if I get one, that's awesome. If I don't, it's like, all right, whatever. I mean, I think I gave more gifts out than I received this year. So it's,
Same here.
Me too. Like, to be honest, I'm more happy when I get, like, a pack of socks.
Honestly,
it's like...
it's that time. You didn't think you would get excited for socks until now.
Shit, I got excited when I got a freaking pair of new underwear. So
right?
I'm like, finally, I can get rid of my freaking underwear.
I was excited when I got a couple new shirts. I was excited for that.
Do you guys remember when I said that I got some shirts and it was just the wrong size?
Yeah.
But then again, it's because like see that's the difficult part too is that you want to give someone clothing, but it's like hard because you're like, oh, like what size are you, and they're just like, oh, but then you just don't want to tell them because then you want to keep it as a surprise, you know what I mean? So because like with me, like I mean right now this is an extra large, and I mean this kind of fits already like a little tight on me right now too. So but like I'm a 2X now, so just.
But let's speak in like the perspective of like I know we can't speak for every human being around the world, but you see like what goes around, like people get into like the holiday spirit where they're like going to like Chicago, like Kris Kringle Mart and all that. It's like I don't know if that's more of like their perspective of it's like staying the same, or are they just doing that for more like social media sort of sense.
I think it's a little bit of both, if I'm being honest, because it's like obviously like I mean just like how we talked about in in the previous 2 episodes. Nowadays it's like a lot of couples just want to go out there just to be festive out there, so and obviously for social medias because I mean there's a lot of extraordinary stuff where it's just like extravaganza right there, or sometimes I think it's just to like show off, I guess. So. But
you get the winter couples just for the winter.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then next 2 days later they break up.
Contract has expired.
But see, like I like going to those, but then it's always funny though because then they have like the mistletoe right there, and you see, and you're just like, oh, look at that.
Right.
Well, the entire time it's just like it's like you two right there, and just like, oh, you just got to do it. So.
Yeah. But no, like you're kind of right. Like you get like the couples thing, or you do get the people who actually do love Christmas, like those people who've been counting down the days for Christmas to start, who's been ready to put up the Christmas tree and everything.
Yeah, I think it's also just about actually feeling the Christmas spirit, man. Because I don't know, like every now and then, like when it's not snowing, it's just like sometimes it feels like I don't know for a lot of other people, but it's like as you get older, you sort of just don't have the sort of spirit like Christmas like excitement that you got as a kid, not just for like gifts, but like hanging out with like other cousins or hanging out with like younger. Being the young kid, now you're like being responsible and helping out in the kitchen and doing all this sort of stuff.
And the other thing as well too, since we're talking about Chicago, and I mean I don't mean this to be like sad, but sometimes. I mean, I can speak for like some of my friends in college. Sometimes some of them don't even have like their families over, and they just feel like by going, it's like, because I mean, as we said in the beginning, Christmas is all about being with family.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like some people may be away from their families, and they feel like, okay, like I don't want to celebrate Christmas by myself. Let me go to this to celebrate something right there. You know what I mean? So. I mean, what is it in Chicago in Millennium Park? They put up the tree, which is fantastic. I mean, they got the Kris Kringle Mart. I mean, previous episode, we went to Jack's winter pop up. I mean, what is it? They have like the ice skating ring on Millennium Park and behind it as well. So I feel like that's just what it is too. And obviously, you always gotta make sure like what they have when it comes to like community wise. You know what I mean? So
No,
for sure.
Definitely for sure. Well. Let's since we like address like Christmas and everything, let's talk about now. Like we're in the new year again. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to everybody out there. I mean, well, we know what comes with New Year. Everybody talks about New Year, New Me. New Year's resolutions. But I kind of got older now, and I'm just like, I don't really believe in like the whole New Year's resolutions, because the New Year's resolutions that people come with I kind of look at them. I'm like, those are things that you should be doing for like a lifetime, or like, you know,
Yeah.
like
Like it starts whenever you want it to. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to wait until the new year.
Yeah.
Like you could have started last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I feel like the reason they do that is because they view it as a way to start anew. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
so it's like
But I think like another thing that comes with that New Year's resolution is like pressure.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like once you kind of set that, it becomes pressure, and then when the pressure gets too much, they just fall off. You know what I mean? Like we've all been there before.
Yeah.
Like I did it a couple times where it's like, oh, like you know, like I'm gonna go to the gym.
Mhm.
You know, you start off real strong, and then months later, you're like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to the gym at all anymore. You know, it's like,
I'll tell you right now, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like the first week of going to the gym,
yeah,
I saw a lot of people inside there, and I'm like, who
Yeah.
the hell is everybody?
Yeah.
But then, like,
Never recognize anybody.
you know, we're already getting closer to February.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
when I go, I'm like, where the fuck is everybody?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's probably from that point, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I just feel like, you know, the way they view it is like, oh, like, you know, this is a new year. It's a time to start a new chapter in
Yeah.
my
It gives
life.
people like a bit of hope. Like, you
Yeah.
know what? If the New Year's already starting over, then maybe I can start over too, which isn't bad.
But then it also makes me
Yeah.
laugh because I also saw this one meme where they were just like, oh, like he's like it's barely the first month of 2024 and I'm barely fucking. So,
Yeah, you know, like Eric just said, like there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing wrong at all, like reinventing yourself at any time. But the thing is, like, I think, like, when it comes to resolutions, some of those resolutions are just, like, too much to where people try to, like, attack it. Like, they try to want to see results, like, there.
Yeah, that's true.
And the thing, what I would say is, like, because I've been there before as well, but now I'm more of, like, a goal person. And I try to set goals that are, like, reasonable, like, within my reach. So,
Yeah.
like, once I get those goals done, then it's like, you know, maybe I can move on to the next one. And you know, start small. You know, start small.
Yeah,
Don't
for sure.
do big. You know, like that's the thing. Like people get those big goals and they want to see those results, and when those results don't come, like, you might get like little results, but they want like the results like now.
Mhm.
When they don't see it, it's like they just begin to like just fall off and just go back
Time-
to
Yeah.
old
Time.
habits.
Time is patience, man. I mean, that's usually what I tell
Yeah.
everybody. I mean, obviously, you know, like in this year, I mean, with us three, I mean, what did we say in the beginning? Oh, we want to start our careers.
Yeah.
We started what, like half of the year?
Yeah,
So it's like you just said it. I mean, that's probably the best way to summarize it.
Yeah.
It's like you want to set a goal, but like it's never ever going to be that easy, and
Yeah.
that's what it's always so amazing when you finally accomplish it, because you just realize how much you struggled, how much it was as a hardship from
Yeah.
the beginning. I mean, there's nothing's you know, something I learned as well too is nothing's ever going to be easy in life. If things were ever to be easy, it's never going to be the person you are today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, like, kind of like how we were talking about, like, just a little bit, like, because everybody has that little glimpse of, like, kind of like, oh, okay, so if this is, like, starting over, then I'm starting over too. But,
Yeah.
And, like you're saying, like, people kind of just lose that. Eventually, they sort of just get overwhelmed, and maybe they just put priorities on other stuff. Sort
Yeah.
of, like, you know, I think, like, the most common is the gym. Like, everybody always says, you know, oh, new year, new me, gonna go to the gym. You know, there's other stuff too, like people that want to kick off old habits, but
Yeah.
eventually they get back into their old routine because they start to forget that, all right, well, it's not the new year anymore, it's just the year.
yeah.
So that's how people sort of start getting into that sort of situation.
Yeah.
again
you know, and
again.
I agree with that point too, because I feel like it's just all about the hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they hype it up
Yeah.
a little too much. They're just like, "Oh yay, new year!"
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I never really viewed it as that. But I can kind of agree to that. We'd be like, "Oh crap, it's already February, it's March, 2024." Ooh, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
like-
Yeah, or like you were just saying, like some people they already go back to the old habits and they're like, oh, like you know, January's already passed, February it's like we're already too far
It's
into
already
the
too-
year.
already
It's
too far.
Like,
Yeah.
screw it.
Yeah.
You know, we'll try again next year.
you know,
Yeah.
speaking
Yeah.
about that, is it me or did 2023 go like this?
Yeah,
Because
In some ways.
last all I remember is from 2023. It was January. I closed my eyes and I opened and we're in December.
Yeah.
That's all I
Well,
remember. So.
that's how it's been for a while now. Man.
I mean, for us personally, I think we accomplished quite a bit, you know,
Yeah.
in our own personal lives. We
Yeah.
just did it quite a bit, you know, not even just on our professional lives, but like just personal lives.
Personal
we
life.
did quite a bit, you know, good traveling, met some good people, went to some good fun places, you know. It's
Some
just
fun adventures too, so that's what made it quicker. So
Yeah, I could say last year, like, I grew a lot. I would say, like, personally, I grew a lot. I learned a lot about myself,
yeah,
and I just kind of just want to grow from that and bring it into just, just going forward. Not this year, just going forward. So yeah,
and that's what we recommend for all of you.
yeah.
But speaking of which, do you guys have any New Year's resolutions?
No.
Do you guys believe in that? Do you guys actually have any, at least
Well, I mean, we
resolution?
pretty much
something
just
in your mind that's like, you know what? It's a new year. I want to try something new or something a little different.
I would say more of like goals, because I read
Goals?
down on the paper
Mm-hmm.
goals, and I got like multiple goals throughout the year that I want to accomplish, but the biggest one that I say will make all those goals happen, and I like wrote it in like big words, is like consistency.
Consistency.
I just got to be consistent with everything around my life, like my personal work, just everything in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like consistency, like that's the biggest thing. Like just put one foot forward with the other, and you'll see the rest of the things just come together. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
you get that word tattooed and it's just consistency.
Yeah.
But no, I mean I agree with Jeremy though. I mean it's just, I mean, I don't want to say that I'm like against it, but like I definitely don't. How can I say it? Like, so like I'm like 50-50 on it. So it's like 50 of me says, oh yeah, this is like a new year for me to do it. But like I always view it as like, okay, I did this last year. What can I do to make it better this year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It's like I do believe in that. I mean, for 2023, like one of the goals that I set for myself is, make this the best year I can. And I really did. I remember I even made a post about this too. In 2024, like one of my biggest,
the worst year of your life.
Yes, totally. Like right now, no, just kidding.
No.
But yeah, I mean that's just what it is though. It's just making sure what I've accomplished last year, make it better this year. And I feel like me personally, I've always done that every single year. I mean, everybody's gonna always have a bad day, but we're talking about a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, out of 365 days, 1 or 2 days is not gonna be or maybe in a week, a month, it's not gonna be bad. So it's like everybody has hardships and struggles. So
I think for me personally, I think I would like to manage more. I would like to be better at time management. Because there's a lot of times where I do like make plans, but I don't go necessarily through with it, or that I do try to, or I don't plan something, and it just kind of overwhelms me with like, oh shoot, what should I do today? If I have like a free day, and I'm like, oh, should I go work out? Should I go out in downtown? Should I go hang out? Call up one of my buds? Should I do this? And then at the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, oh shoot, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, well, I could have done something with that day. And just overall, just planning what your days are going to be looking like and actually sticking to it. I think, especially now, right now, for those that may not know, I'm going to medic school. That's a lot of time management. I have to schedule my classes. I have to schedule homework and studying times, and just overall trying to stay in touch with my friends and family, because it is a lot of work to manage your own time, but if you stick to it, I definitely feel like you'll start to realize what is more important, what's the most important stuff to you.
Yeah, I think I will just like, I will say like one of my goals that I did put on the paper is like, for me, I would say like maybe like, I will put it in a way as like, I want to kind of like spend more time at home, like be more with myself. You know what I mean? Like, get to know myself a little bit more, like that self-love, like be more around my family, or even like when it comes to hanging with you guys or any other friends, it's just like not like all the time thing, but like a more like when it makes sense. You know what I mean? In a way like, oh, like, like it shouldn't be like, should I like spend family time or should I spend with my friends? It's more like it should be like an even, like, or like set off like those healthy boundaries too, where it's like like I'm just gonna stay in, maybe I need to get things done, or maybe I just need to just spend time alone,
especially spending some time alone by yourself, like actually just doing something that you personally enjoy is definitely goes a long way, because Yeah, no, like you can definitely overwhelm yourself. You're trying to like sometimes either be with too much people. I don't know. For some people, they like people re-energize themselves with being with other people.
Yeah.
Some people re-energize by being alone.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the person.
And I think for me, that's not definitely, and I know both of you two know this about me too. Is like with me, sometimes like one of the things I really do have to work on is just resting. Because I do tend to overkill myself sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always doing X, Y, and Z on the same day. But it's because I like being productive, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I never ever want to have my time wasted. I never want to do stuff. I mean, like right now today, like, I mean, I worked an 8-hour shift, came home, did X, Y, and Z before coming in here. It's every single day for me. I mean, I've always been like that. And I mean, yeah, sometimes like I do get tired, but it's like, me personally, I just think that like sometimes like resting, like, to me personally, like if I'm resting, like say if I want to rest for like 4 hours, I'm like, oh man, like I could have done X, Y, and Z in these 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because me personally, like I know I'm gonna sleep good if I finish this, and I feel like I'm too focused and determined to do that, and then I don't realize about myself. And the thing about me as well too, and this is what everybody always tells me, and I know you two have always told me, is that I'm always the type of person to have anybody's back. I'm always the type of person to help out others, but everybody always says like, you know, you have a good heart, you always help out people, but you always have to take care of yourself. I mean, a perfect example. I mean, remember what I did with you? Yeah. So even though I was sick that day, I didn't care. I still went out there and helped you. Yeah. Of course, it sucked because it got me more sick. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like stuff like that. So it's like I feel like sometimes like resting, sometimes like that. Like I definitely do gotta work on it. But I mean, again, you know, I just like being productive. So.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I get you with that.
Rest is important though.
Yeah.
Rest is sleep. Definitely very important.
Mm-hmm. I would say like that's more of like the same thing like self-love. It's like you got to make sure you're okay before you can like go and help others and everything. Because it's like, you know, not saying like some people don't do it on purpose. Some people do, where it's like they take advantage of you, or you know, they're not really like caring about you, like making sure that you're good and you're okay.
Of course.
You know, and yeah. And speaking of that, making sure you guys okay, because I totally skipped past this. How's everybody doing?
Good.
How's everybody doing personally? Everything good?
Good. I mean, overall, I'm just busy with school right now. Just a lot of studying. It's the first week, which isn't the most intense, but it's still just a lot of like trying to figure out your sort of studying techniques. Yeah. I think that's just important to focus on a lot at the beginning, because you don't. Because there's some things, especially if it's a new subject, or, I mean, it's sort of a new subject, but still, it's like it's something new in your life, and you're not used to it, so you gotta get used to that material. Yeah. You know? But yeah, spiritually, I feel good, you know, every now and then I'll go to church with my family. It's a good way to reboost your, get some good morality into your life. Family is good. Grandfather's still unfortunately a little sick, but he's been getting a little better. So we're hoping for the best for him. And just me personally, man, I'm just, you know, just working, studying hard. But we'll get there.
So for me, I mean, spiritually, I just gotta say I'm blessed because I mean, even though this year is starting off in a good start, I mean, at the moment, I mean, as I mentioned to like the audience and even you guys as well too, I got the interview for a police officer position. That's actually why I'm like fully baby faced. I hate it, but you know, I'm just blessed that I was, you know, given the opportunity. And just on, when was it, on Saturday? Well, yesterday technically. One of my recruiters actually comes up to me and says, "Hey, like, you know," because he was there he was the one conducting the interview with all the other higher ups as well too. He did say, he's just like, "Hey, like, you really left a good impression." So everybody was saying good. So crossing my fingers, hopefully that's enough to prove that I really want this position. If I do end up getting it, the next step would be the polygraph, unfortunately. So I'm confident I can get it, and again, that's something that everybody has to have. They have to have confidence in themselves.
Well, no, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Like, everybody has to have confidence in themselves that they can do it, because obviously if you keep telling yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, you're not going to do it. Have confidence in yourself. So.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, like, Progress, I've actually taken one before. It's not necessarily, it's like, it doesn't test your anxiety. It's supposed to, like, test if you're actually lying or not. But I don't really believe in those things. I think it's just a way to just keep people, get an excuse to not either accept them or to accept them. If they have a bunch of good candidates and they have no reason to excuse them, they'll just be like, oh, your polygraph was a little off. Sorry.
Yeah, and see I'll be honest, that's one of the things that I'm worried about, because it's like, what it catches, from what I've been told, is that it just catches like how your blood pressure is, how your heart is. So obviously, if like your heart rate is going up, like you could still be telling the truth, but you're just so nervous of the whole entire thing is going on. So.
Yeah, I've heard about that too, but like I said, it's not really. I don't think it's really about that. Just as long as you stay, as long as you're telling the truth, go in with a hefty mind, and even if you're pretty anxious, I think they'll still be able to tell when you're anxious in lying and anxious and just still kind of telling the truth. But I would say get your nervousness from that, because it's something new too. Especially you want to get the job, which you should.
But again, I mean, like I've always said it from time and time again, it's like nothing's ever easy. I mean, we were even just saying it right now in the beginning. It's like nothing's ever going to be easy. It's gonna be hard, but again, I'm not gonna go down without a fight. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So that's spiritually. I mean, mentally. I mean, I'm doing really well too. I mean, it's just, again, all I can just really just say is I'm just blessed that I'm getting all these opportunities, especially just advancing into my career, just getting all of this. It's something I've been wanting to work on too. So, but other than that, I mean, there's really nothing else I can say. I mean, it's just, I'm just being blessed, and as I keep saying it from time to time again, it's like that one saying goes, do good things and good things will happen. And I feel like that's why I'm always determined to help out anybody, because life sees it that I'm doing this to people, it's going to reward me. Or if someone who hates me casts, some witchcraft, but again, as long as you can bounce back, that's all that matters. So.
Okay. I would say for myself,
it's probably this guy that's doing it.
Nah, I would say for me personally, I'm doing good. The year started off really good. School just started back too, so I'm getting into that. I'm actually really excited to get this semester over with, because after this semester I'll just have one more school year, then I graduate.
Yeah.
So right now, just in the in a situation now where it's like the classes that I'm taking for this semester, they're more just like fill-in classes. You know what I mean? Like just to knock off some credits. They're basically like electives.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I still have to do like this one human development class that's kind of mandatory for my degree.
Yeah.
But the other classes, it's like a business class, and then like philosophy and like history. Those are all like electives. Like,
So it can get pretty interesting though, from what I've heard.
Can get interesting, and then, I was kind of just more looking forward to just like knocking out the classes that I require, but they told me that you're gonna have to wait until next fall, because those are like senior classes, internships and classes that only can be taken by like if it's your senior year, your last year. So right now I'm just taking these classes, but like you said, like they could still be interesting. That's what I'm hoping. Never know. So just gonna keep doing it, and spiritually I'm the same as Jose, like blessed. I would say also like another goal is getting more into the Bible, like reading the Bible. I've been doing that more, like reading it. Not saying like whenever I can, because I kind of don't want to just treat it like a chore, reading the Bible. Kind of just want to read it like freely, like free spiritually. So that's what I've been doing more. And then another goal too of mine is I want to try to at least like go to church maybe 2 or 3 times out of this year. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Like I got to find a church, that I may be interested in going in, or feel like would be nice.
Time to make your own church.
My own church? Yeah.
Father Hill. You're like, all rise.
But yeah, that's going good, and morally, another thing is like I want to try to like join like a group or a community or like an organization, you know, where I can like network and connect with different people.
Yeah.
You know? Definitely can be a help when it comes to like graduating and looking for like careers and stuff. You know, just overall, just like being in that community with different people. You know, so I'm looking forward to that. But again, overall, everything's going good. I pray everything goes good for all of us. Keeps continuing to go good.
We pray everything goes up for you all too.
Yep. And yeah, just everything's going good right now.
Someone comments down says, "I wish you bad for all you guys."
No.
Bands that guy.
Yeah, that's it with me. But just to go on to the next topic. We kind of addressed it a little bit in the beginning of the episode, but I just wanted to like talk a little bit about the last episode because it was a very, very different from what we do. Just sitting here talking between us three.
Yeah.
You know, we again addressed that we went to Con Out Delete in a anime convention in Rosemont, Illinois. So shout out to Con Out Delete. But we got to interview a lot of anime fans, people who dressed up. You know, we don't want to give away too much, but it was just a very, very different from what we usually do. But it was fun. Like we had fun. We got to meet new people who were willing to sit down and interview with us. So we appreciated them. But
a lot of cool people.
Yeah, just want to get you guys' thoughts on like the last episode. What you guys think?
I mean, I think we did. I mean, obviously, there's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we did do a few hiccups as well, but I feel like it turned out really well, and we really learned to what we can do for our mistakes. Because I remember when we were interviewing, I mean, some people were like, "Oh, you know, you got a card or something." So henceforth, you know, that's what made us realize it's like, "Oh crap, we don't have this." Yeah. But of course, you know, it is our first time doing it, and I mean, it was really fun too. It's just interviewing people, just interacting with the community, just basically putting ourselves out there to express just how much effort we want to put into this as well too. Sometimes it is good, but sometimes it does get frustrating because you know you just want to get this, you want to interview, but like sometimes some people are, I don't know if they're like camera shy or sometimes if they just don't want to do it. But like then again, you know, you also got to understand them too because I mean, you know. Let's say if we weren't doing all of this, like how would you feel if someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, like, do you want to do this?" Me personally, because I'm a sociable guy, I would say yeah. But more people are more like introverts about it, you know what I mean? So it's like sometimes it's like finding like the right person to do it. It's sometimes a bit difficult too. So. But
then you got to think too, man. Like we kind of we live in like a very, I wouldn't say, you could kind of say it's kind of like weird out here now. Like people kind of just do things for clicks. Views, and we witnessed that. We did witness that in the last episode. We're not gonna give anything away. We're gonna let you guys check it out. But you know what I mean? Like you get stuff like that where you know it's like it just makes you uncomfortable. You're just like, I didn't sign up for this, you know, in that type of way.
I mean, in a way, we kind of did. It's the public, you know. That's what happens when you're out for a while. You know, there's people out. You know, there's people that want to do their own thing too. And like I said, we're not trying to spoil anything, but you know, there's some interesting people out there. You're gonna find the more you go out there, it's not a all shiny sunshine.
It's not all
world,
sunshine
you know?
and rainbows. So
it's like, you know, there's some people that got some interesting thoughts, you know.
And of course, the moment they see a camera rolling, they decide to like either, like, I guess, expose themselves or completely like do whatever they want. But hey. You know, it's a free world. I guess you could just I wouldn't really say it's a free world, but it's like.
I mean, that's kind of stuff you can expect too at a convention. You know, like you gotta. You know, we were asking for it in a way. We'll be honest. Let's be honest.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like it really made us know what to expect. I guess. I mean, because you know we were all thinking we're like, oh, you know, this is gonna be a friendly interview. You know what I mean? But some people may. You know, go like that. So, but again, that is, you know, that is the purpose of it too. So.
Yeah. Well, I would say this. You said we asked for it.
Yeah.
We did.
We
but
did.
I don't want you to give away, but what happened to you? Did you ask for that?
I mean, we all learned something, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just didn't even know what the hell that was. But at least, hey, at least with mine, obviously, I'm not gonna give away. But you know what I mean, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, we'll leave it. Don't want to give away too much. We leave it there, but yeah, it was a good episode. But besides us recording and doing the interview, we just got to browse around. We got to buy a few things.
yeah.
We got to also just admire like the people who we were also interviewing. Like they made their own outfits and everything. So
that's a lot of hard work that these people go through.
And then also, I think
the
just by
vendors.
us, and I feel like by us doing that as well too, it just gives like the place a recognition too, because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, if this ever blows up or anything, they'll be like, oh, Con Delete, what's that? I mean, hell, if Eric, Jeremy, and Jose say this is good, we gotta go. You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's always good to just like, you know, publicize stuff like this. So
support businesses.
right, of course.
Small businesses.
Sponsor us, but yeah. So
Then we also, after the convention, we also got to go to what was the name of that Christmas?
Jack's Winter Pop Up, or
Jack's-
Jack's Winter Pop Up, or Jack's Winter Village. I think that's what it's called. But one of those two. But
One of those, but
point is, we went to a Christmas thing in Chicago.
Yeah.
and we had a good time. And after that, we did more things. Won't talk about that, but you know, just what happens when just human.
Yeah.
We decide to let our hair down and have some fun. But it
Yeah.
was good fun though.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
one for the books.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. But yeah, overall, that last episode was very good. And I think me and Eric, we talked about it like off of the camera. We decided, what should it be, like a Christmas special, more than just a regular episode, or
I was just thinking about just the special
Special
special holiday episode.
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure we'll probably post this before
yeah,
we
Yeah,
post
so
this one up.
I feel like if we kept talking about the public's gonna be like, wait, what are you talking about? We just watched
Actually,
it.
we could probably be talking about it. If, at this point, it'll be posted before we.
Yeah, I was gonna
post
say
it, so-
we could. So
So, I mean, like they'll see it and they'll probably laugh
Yeah.
once they see this
Yeah.
episode. But
because I thought about that. I'm like, wait a second, why are we talking about like it's a secret? This is the one. This is the one
After.
right after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, like I said, we're still learning. So hey.
Yeah, oh yeah, we are.
Well, I mean, you still wouldn't want to give it away, because what if somebody skips that episode and goes right to this episode? Then be like,
Then
you'll
we
have to
should-
go back
Then
and
that's
watch
their
that episode.
then that's
Should've
their own
skipped the
fault.
episode.
You shouldn't have skipped it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's common sense.
We'll make it clear. Watch our last video before you watch this one.
Yeah.
But
But you always get those people, somebody who's late to the party. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it like this: if they're just like, what the heck are they talking about? You know what I mean? So
yeah,
shame on them. I'm looking at you. Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was fun. So since we did talk about New Year's and everything and some of the goals that we did have for ourselves individually,
Yeah.
I would just want to ask you guys, what are some things that you guys want to see from this podcast in this new year that we got?
This podcast.
I would say, I mean, I really like that we put ourselves out there with the public.
Uh-huh.
So I would say probably just other ways to interact with our public like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like, I mean, like, yeah, even though like we were saying like, oh, like here's our podcast. Obviously, we were just trying to like explain to people like, oh, this is what we do. But like, say like 2 or 3 months from now, we'll be like, oh, like, check us out or whatever. And I kind of want to be more involved with that for them to be like, oh my God, like I've seen you guys in YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's like, and obviously with Eric's case too, it's like sometimes, I mean, if this does go up like the way we want to, and we have some fans or whatever, some of them might even want to come up and be like, oh, like I disagree with you, and so it's like I feel like we just have to like know what we're getting ourselves into.
What
and
better way
we're-
to get to know the public than by actually being in the public?
Correct.
That's the best
Correct.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So that's probably one of the things that I want to expand on that. Maybe, who knows, release. I mean, because we release an episode every month. maybe release 1 or 2 a month, maybe, I guess. I mean, it's because remember what Eric said in the beginning is, we want to be consistent with this, you know what I mean? So,
practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
We're still learning from our own mistakes. We're getting used to this.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just, this is only like the first few episodes. I mean, maybe by like episode 15, episode 20, or hell, even like 30, we might, it might take us that long. But again, if it does go up like that, we will look at those videos and we'll be like, wow, we really improved. You know what I mean? So it's like stuff like that. Just seeing what mistakes we've done, seeing what we have, what we need to improve on and improve on them. But Eric probably brings up a good point. Like, how can we get involved with the public by putting ourselves out there? You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I agree. For me, I got a couple like things I want to see from like this podcast. I think number one, would like, I just want us to like, it's almost like cutting butter, like cutting butter is just smooth, right? That's how I want us to continue to be, and like you said, that's just gonna take more videos, just being behind the camera and everything. Us just like gel, like where it's just like we know how we are off camera, like we're just like the guys. And I want us to be more of that, like on the camera too, where it's like people are like, oh, like these are just 3 of the guys, like just talking, like talking every day, like not like some of the crazy stuff that we talk about like off camera, but it's just like just want to see more of that gel.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna come with just making more videos, just getting more comfortable behind the camera. Like you said, may take to episode 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna keep going.
At that point, our subscription goes down.
Dang. I thought they liked it. Right. But yeah.
What's that one guy from SpongeBob? Oh brother, this guy stinks.
But yeah.
Maybe another thing as well too is like try to see how we can make each video better. So it's like, I mean, and I feel like I'm going a little too ahead of myself on this, but it's like seeing what we can do to improve it. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes, I don't know, like, I mean, I know this is kind of funny because it reminds you of iCarly, but maybe like a sound effect or something, it's like, because, obviously we want to like make, obviously we want to be serious, but we also want to do it in a comedic way.
Should we include random dancing?
Random dancing, flicker off on the lights and everything.
I mean, I guess, or something, or whatever. So or just yeah. I mean, just make it creative. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that. So I mean,
no, I'm with anything that I'm with any criticism. Like any hard criticism, it's not gonna hurt me.
Yeah,
It's just gonna make me better. It's gonna make us all better.
Exactly.
Especially once I bring it up to you guys and our cameraman Eric. Just about like just making it whatever it is for the podcast to make it better. It's like I know we're all for it once we get together and talk about it and agree on it. But yeah, like you're right about that. Like I'm not against any criticism, and just going my second thing I would like to see is like I know we already talked about it, but just like more guests maybe, like whether that be friends or just also too like because we have interesting friends and interesting people who are into like different like trades or just got their own things like
interesting professions.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna give away any of their professions. You just gotta check out the episodes whenever they get on here, and whenever they're willing to. And I mean, it definitely was fun having my friend over too.
Yeah. I mean, and then again, I mean, sometimes, I mean, I've even told you guys. I mean, it's like some of them were like, hey, like I would like to be in one of your guys' episodes.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, we're like very, very open to anything. I mean, it could be whatever topic, even something that we may not find an interest to, but we will be interested if you talk about it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, again, the point of this is just to have a conversation.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else you guys want to see? You would like to see moving forward with the podcast?
He's like, I quit. He's like, yeah, not me.
I mean, overall, it'd be really nice to get just a little bit more practice. You know, I think it'd be a thing like how you guys are talking about. You know, more consistency. Just overall, I think it'd be a little better to just try to get more in tune with ourselves in the show, in the podcast. You know, just try to get our sort of flow going, because I think that's important. Unfortunately, you know, for these upcoming months, you know, unfortunately I won't be able to be recording as much with you guys, just because I have some classes going on.
Cue the sad music.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's where the special effects go into effect. So.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's just
we have a button that says boo. It's just like, all right, guys, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I just got a lot of unfortunately, school is for medic isn't that.
It's not for the weak.
No, it is not, man. No, it is not. And it's something that I'm trying to still figure out. Like I said, my time management. Try to see if I can still record with these guys. But, you know, if it is what it is, then, you know, I got to put some priorities in schooling and work, you know. Unfortunately, you know.
Hey, it's understandable, man. I mean,
no, that's what we just said. Like, you know, implementing those healthy boundaries. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But the important thing is you're willing to do it. You know what I mean? It's not. You're not saying, oh, I don't want to do this. You're saying you want to try it. So,
yeah.
And I mean, you just said it right now. That's one of the things you want to work on is time management.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean.
And yeah, I mean, overall, it's like, you know, I'm definitely down to come back as soon as I'm more settled in, more, you know, maybe I have less homework, more. Even after like half a year maybe, hopefully I'll have less tests and less stress on my mind that I can actually take once a day or off per month at least, you know. But you know, yeah, that's something for the future. That's for future.
Well, I know me and Jose will definitely say the same. It's like, you know, you definitely got our support, and you know, you never gotta like second guess us, like trying to force you to do something,
right.
Especially when it's towards like your career. So it's like you do what you got to do. We definitely understand, and you know, like
appreciate it.
Yeah, our support. If you ever need help with studying, or you know, even though we're you know, don't know anything much about medical. I know some things, but not what you're about to start studying.
Hey, all I know is that if I have a cold, I just got to put that Vaporu. That's all I know. So
yeah.
But no, I mean that's just how it is, man. I mean you gotta. It's just like I said, nothing's ever easy. You have to struggle. But I mean, hey, I'm sure the fans will love to see you. So I mean,
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at our guests right now. I mean, there's.
Yeah.
At this time, we would put cricket noises.
But that's pretty much about it for like this episode. Like it's pretty much short a little bit. I didn't really have. Well, we didn't really have much to say because it's like New Year, you know.
Okay.
Like just kind of establish some things, but before we get off, I almost forgot this too. I actually had to put this down on the paper a couple days ago. Almost left out my food for thought.
Oh shit!
My J Hill food for thought, man. And
we're allowed to curse, right?
We gotta put. I mean, everybody was cursing.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Everybody was cursing at the freaking episode over there. So.
Oh,
perfect.
But yeah, my food for thought.
I would say I'm gonna feel bad for a camera guy if he has to bleep out. Imagine just like.
Nah, good thing that I remembered this, but
I was gonna say we gotta come up with a jingle for that, dude.
Oh my god, we still haven't come.
No, not for the outro. I'm talking about for his food for thought. You know what I mean? Make it creative.
Make it creative. Yeah, we could.
Hey, put his old theme song.
Oh, the Mozart one or the
oh Jesus!
Yeah,
the Mozart song.
We'll get into that sound, but
well, I mean, we came up with like a catchphrase for our podcast. Now the part of the plan is entertain our fans.
Yeah.
So that's catchy. So at least now we came up with our slogan. It took us 5 episodes.
Yeah.
But anyways, food for thought.
The food for thought. It took me a while to like. I had some things thought about, but this one, somebody had said like on Instagram. It was like in the comments. It was like a quote, and I don't mean to steal it from them or anything like that.
Make sure you
But-
quote them.
Quote them. Oh, well, it was just like a person on Instagram, like in the comment section. I don't know their name, but
okay.
they put like a quote, and I kind of liked it. And it's like some religious. I know everybody believes in like maybe a different God or a different religion, but we can all say like God, you know. But the quote is just this: you can't put a comma where God is trying to put a period.
Can't put a comma where God is
Can't
trying to put a period.
So
Okay.
for me, it's kind of like, you know, certain things you can't control, like a situation, whether that been with a person or an event or something. You know
Okay.
how some people try to like hold on to that or try to fix it or something like that, where it's just
Yeah.
like, just gotta let that go. You know, like
Yeah.
it's a reason why that happened for that reason. You know, whether that person hurt you or that event or something, you know, or whether that opportunity just wasn't that opportunity. It's just like you gotta let it go. Like you
Yeah.
gotta move forward. Like it's a reason it happened, and you know, like there's a saying, like things happen for a reason. You know, it's like hopefully you learn from that lesson, or you can take away from something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the food for thought that I got.
Okay.
And,
I agree with that.
That makes sense, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw me, but I was like thinking critically. So that's what I'm saying, sound effects. But yeah, no, actually that's a good one though. That
Yeah.
really made me
Wow.
think about it. I mean, because, wow.
Yeah, especially since we're going into a new year. You
Uh-huh.
know, some things from the past, from last year, just got to be left from last year. You know,
That's true. That's true.
just got to move on, even though it may hurt or you know you don't want it to end or end that way. Sometimes it just had to end that way.
Yeah.
You just got to
That
move
makes
on.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There are times. I know. There's some moments where you want to really say like to like not quit, just keep going. You really have to like really. That's where a lot of self care and self love and self acknowledgement about yourself
Mhm.
comes into play, because you need to really understand what is best and important for you. Because if you try to just keep going forward in some situations, it's just not. It's gonna lead you into even more depression, more anger, more bad situations. You know.
Yeah.
Overall,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, I like that quote.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes some
Yeah.
good sense.
Did you just say you just got this on Instagram?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a quote that's already been made, but somebody had it in the comment section.
Oh, okay.
You know, and
No, like,
I just liked it. You
No,
know?
I meant like, did you just like find this like right now?
No, not right now.
That's what I was.
No.
Searching every.
That's why
Forgot
he's like
about
crap.
this.
He's like crap. I didn't look up the food for thought.
No,
What
yeah.
he's like behind the scene. He's like, what do I do?
Nah.
That's what.
No, I found that quote like earlier. I just took a screenshot of it and
Okay.
kept it, you know, because I liked it. And
I was like thinking the same.
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I was. No, that's what I was like. Because you're just like, he's like, I almost forgot about the food for thought.
Yeah.
You know, and he's trying to find it. And I'm like, hi, Jeremy.
No,
He's
no,
like, did you food for thought right here? So he finds one. It just says like, remember how like in Attack on Titan. Spoiler alert, by the way. So skip this. Letting you know right now. So you remember when Captain Levi goes up to Erwin and remember what he tells him? He's
Wait,
just
hold
like,
on. Has everybody seen the ending?
I
No.
don't think they have.
No. Like between our. Okay, never mind.
oh yeah, I keep forgetting you hate spoilers. So do you remember when Captain Levi was like, I'm sorry, Captain Levi, yeah, but when Commander Erwin basically convinced everybody to, you know, going in this suicide charge,
Yeah.
and Captain Levi goes up to Captain Erwin. He's just like, and he gives him like the best motivational quote. Hey man, just give up on your dreams and die. So it's like that's what I'm saying. That's why I was just like, imagine he just sees that. He's like, oh, this is a food for thought. Just give up on your dreams and die. So.
Yeah.
That's a good quote, though. I'm not gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. That really, like I'm telling you, it made me think right now. So that's why I was just like, oh wow, it's really good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, yeah. I glad you guys liked it. I hope you guys like it. And I hope you guys can take some away from the food for thought. But yeah, that's about it for me. Like, that's all that I got written down on the paper. You guys got anything else you guys want to add?
The only thing I could just say is the hell was that?
I don't know.
What was it? What? The only thing I could just say is I'm just looking forward how this year is gonna go.
Yeah.
Especially with this. I
Same.
mean, you know, it could be in our personal lives. It could even be with this, but let's try to make this the best year we can. So.
Yeah, I agree. I
So-
would say, like, I'm very excited for this year, personally, with the podcast and just everything else. Like, don't want to look too far ahead in the future. Just kind of want to stay present. Just take it day by day.
Right, of course.
You know? Yeah, definitely take it day by day. But yeah, very excited.
Yeah, I mean, you know, looking forward to some of the new things we can come up with this. I mean, you just said right now, like some of the guests we'll have.
Yeah.
Hopefully praying that it's the outcome we want. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, I mean, but of course, you know, we couldn't do all of this without the help of you guys. So, I mean, you know, keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll keep doing what we love. So,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Anything else?
I'm good, man.
Well, okay. Well, yeah, that wraps up this episode, and thank you guys for watching and always tuning in to every episode when we drop. And please like, subscribe, and please definitely leave a comment at the bottom. Like, we really appreciate like any feedback or just any positive comments. Negative ones too. I mean, like
Negatives.
negatives. I mean, like
Yeah.
it's gonna happen, but it's like with negative comments, like keep them to yourself or like keep them at like a mild. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's just like Eric said, Jeremy. I mean, it's just the internet. If you can't control it, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's.
Yeah.
Just give
They-
your honest opinion.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
give us an honest opinion. If you think we suck, just put it out there. You know,
Yeah.
just say you absolutely suck, and you know what we will say. Thank you. That's. I mean, what else can we say? You know, it's like, you know, people have opinions about that. So I mean, can't really control it. Now, I already forgot what I was gonna say now. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can really just say. So.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you guys again, and
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
you know, like now that we finally came up with a new slogan, the perfect way to end this is remember, guys, the part of the plan is to entertain our fans. So
Yep.
thank you guys.
So thank you guys, and again, Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Take care.